mind that our job is not just to talk about the developing of 5G SA networks, but also the commercialization thereof. I think that our next panelist has something to offer on that. So Alexander, tell us a little bit about AppLogic and how you're involved in that aspect relating to SA.
Sure. Hey everyone, I'm Alexander. I'm CTO of AppLogic Networks, where we're experts at application QoE. And operators globally come to us with questions like, how am I going to monetize 5G SA? And how am I going to monitor the quality of experience that I'm delivering on a slice to an enterprise? So a lot of conversations start there, and I think that's what we're going to talk about today.
Well, I think we need to ask ourselves what's going to drive the market forwards. You know, what are the sort of the key dependencies? A customer willing to pay a certain amount of money is one way to start with it. Alex, let's start with you. Why not? You're invested in some ways, but maybe less than these guys. You might have a view on this.
Well, I think the reality is a move to SA is expensive, so there has to be a business case. And right now, in most of the world, the business case is pretty weak, which is why we're seeing pretty slow adoption, especially in low ARPU markets. So FWA is one thing. It's for all the countries where FWA is an important ingredient, that's going to push SA, which is good, right? Because then you have something that pays for it, and then it could enable other use cases.
Sorry, is FWA a use case or just a connectivity method?
Well, it drives SA. Whether you call it a use case or not, I guess depends on what side of the world you're in. To me, it's a use case. But then once it's there, it can be used by other use cases, of course, including the B2B one that we'll be discussing here.
Alexander, do you think we're anywhere close to being able to sell that type of solutions approach yet? What advice could you give to the service providers in the audience?
I think this industry tends to do things very much sort of bottoms up or inside out. We develop some technology and then we expect adoption. I think we have to be better at like what Sarah is talking about, understanding and working very closely with each enterprise segment, understanding their problems, and then
because they're not all the same.
They're absolutely not the same. A taxi service is different from an airport, from an exhibition center, from a bank, etc. And their needs in terms of slicing and SA features are going to be very different. If we try to make that one product, that will absolutely fail.
I know that in your company, you're dealing with enterprises and service providers and MSPs. Where do you see the most sophisticated understanding of where to take something like this?
I mean, the most sophisticated understanding are in niche industries, so they're not big.
Industries.
Yeah, like cruise lines or...
Say that again.
Cruise lines?
Cruise lines. Explain. Come on, tell us a bit.
Wi-Fi on a cruise ship is $40 a day.
Yeah,
and how do you build a Wi-Fi network for 8,000 people when everything is steel everywhere? So they develop their own. They have satellite, they have private 5G, they have DAS, they have all kinds of stuff. I mean, but it's a small industry. I think one of the key ingredients is being able to quantify the differences that slicing or 5G SA gives the enterprise. They don't care that it's a slice. They don't care that it's 5G SA, but they do care. Oh, I get this much more bandwidth. I get lower latency. I can run edge compute at a very low latency. Now my app works better. Like we have to start talking about the differentiation in the language that they understand and that matters to their business.
Right, because they don't care about differentiated connectivity, but they do care about being able to send an email. Oh well, getting the signaling for the ship, I guess.
Yes.
Right.